What's up, y'all? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. I'm gonna talk about Rey's yellow lightsaber real quick. This is not gonna be a long live stream video. So Rey's yellow lightsaber that we see at the end of the Rise of Skywalker. I talked about this on another video that I live streamed out here, where I said it represented kind of the end of her hero's journey, the end of her training under both of her Skywalker masters, Luke and Leia, and it represents a new beginning. But after reading the expanded version of the Rise of Skywalker, the Rise of Skywalker novelization written by, I think her name is Rey Carson, we learned that Rey had actually started to construct her new lightsaber in between the period of Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker. She was planning on building a double-bladed lightsaber, and so what we learn is that when she kind of has that Force vision or the experience with the Rey Palpatine, that's how I'm going to refer to Dark Side Rey. That is, if Palpatine had succeeded in whatever his plans were for Rey, then that's who that Dark Side Rey character is, with the jagged teeth, the double-bladed lightsaber, the flip-out lightsaber that people didn't like, even though Pong Krell had a double-bladed lightsaber like that, as well as the Grand Inquisitor, when we saw him as a Jedi Sentinel, the Temple Guardian in Star Wars Rebels. We saw that flip-out double-bladed lightsaber. Rey was planning on constructing one of those. She was going to turn her quarterstaff that she had on Jakku, she was going to turn that into a lightsaber, a double-bladed lightsaber. We were going to see that. Those are her long-term plans. So if we see Rey in the future, Grandmaster Rey of the New Jedi Order, don't be surprised if she's running around looking like Bastila Shan from the Knights of the Old Republic, the original game, right? And I said long ago that I felt like Bastila was a bit of an influence on the Rey's character. But anyway, so the big question is, why was her lightsaber? Why is the blade yellow? Why did the kyber crystal produce a yellow blade? That's what you guys really want to know. This is just a theory. I said this is canon. This part right here is a theory because I don't know. But I believe that if Rey had constructed her lightsaber, if she had come out swinging a new lightsaber at the start of the Rise of Skywalker, the blade would have been green. Why'd I say that? Well, because like Star Wars Rebels, when Ezra first constructs his lightsaber, it produced a blue blade, right? Remember that. But then his lightsaber is damaged on Mustafar when he's trying to fight Vader, and then he has a new lightsaber. And what color was the blade on his new lightsaber? It was green, right? Kind of his maturity in the Force. Luke Skywalker, first he has Anakin's blue blade lightsaber. He gets his hand cut off facing Vader, and he has to construct a new lightsaber. What color is the blade? It's green. Seems like every time somebody faces down Vader and loses their lightsaber, they end up with a green blade, right? So I just thought of this, but I'm gonna say that since Rey broke Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber in the little Force tug-of-war with Kylo Ren there in Snoke's throne room on the Supremacy in The Last Jedi, right? Kylo Ren's supposed to be the new Vader, right? She would have constructed a green lightsaber had she completed the construction of her lightsaber before the start of the Rise of Skywalker, before Palpatine announced his plans that he was back. And that's a whole topic for a different video, right? And she has to, up and leave her training, right? Because she said, I want to earn the right to carry Luke's lightsaber, Leia, but this is Leia, this is for you. This belongs to you, right? You should have this. I should complete my training under you to earn the right to be called a Jedi Knight, and I should have my own lightsaber. Now, one of the reasons that I think that Leia gave Rey the lightsaber. One, she needed it because hers obviously hadn't been constructed yet. It wasn't complete. But Leia knew she was going to die, right? Luke had been coming to her. We don't see this in the movie, but Luke had been coming to her saying, Leia, it's almost time. Leia, it's almost time. Leia, it's time. The Force is calling you back, right? So she had to give that to Rey so that Rey could go on and complete her mission, complete what she needed to do. She needed to face Ben, she needed to face Ren, and she needed to face Palpatine, right? Or whatever was going on with Palpatine, right? Palpatine's clone, which we now know, right? Now I started with that green lightsaber, and then Rey sees the vision of herself on Palpatine's throne, the throne of the Sith. She has this double-bladed red lightsaber that's apparently got a cracked kyber crystal. It's unstable because the blade is like Kylo Ren's. This is something, just a side note, but I have a feeling that they're probably going to retcon something, and all Sith lightsabers are probably going to start to look like Kylo Ren's, right? It's going to be the unstable blade, and they're going to say the Jedi have the stable blade. That's something we'll have to wait and see in the future, but I have a feeling, I have a hunch that cracked kyber crystals are going to be a thing. Unstable blades, like you're literally waving fire, right? I just have a feeling that dark side users, their lightsabers are going to start to look like Kylo Ren's from now on, because Rey had one. I did the video, why does Rey's lightsaber look like Kylo Ren's? Probably should have had a better title, but I don't know. That was really the question I had. So I mentioned that I think that Rey would have had a green lightsaber at the start of the movie had she constructed her lightsaber then, and then the red one. Why is that? Because after Rey sees that dark side version of herself, right, when she finally does construct her lightsaber, right, when she finally constructs the lightsaber, she says that she wanted it to be the opposite of what she saw of herself, her future self, the opposite, right? And I'm like, well, what's the opposite of red? It's not yellow. But if you take red light and green light and you mix those together, you combine the combination of red light and green light is yellow light, right? So, interesting wording for the opposite, and that's why I said this is just a theory when I talked about, I think her lightsaber would have been green initially, right? As she would have had a green blade, but then seeing herself fall to the dark side or turn to the dark side or become possessed by Palpatine's spirit, right? Seeing that red lightsaber herself, this is who I could be, right? And this is the path that I was on, right? When I didn't know who I was, and this is the path that I could be on, based on who I am. But this is the path that I have chosen. I have chosen to not be, Rey Nobody, who is a Jedi Knight, and I've not chosen to be Rey Palpatine, possessed by, my grandfather / father of my clone father, or the prime the prime specimen or whatever. I don't know. I don't really know what to refer to Palpatine as, because he's not technically her grandfather, right? His clone is her father. So I mean, what is Palpatine like? The clones refer to each other as brothers, right? So he's like her grand uncle or something, great uncle. But they share. It was like a twin brother. I don't know, man. It's weird. But they made it simple. Grandfather, right? Like granddaughter, right? But she's rejected that. That's my whole point. She's rejected that Palpatine heritage, even though it's part of her, right? Rey no one who would have gone on to have a green lightsaber and be a Jedi Knight who was taught by Luke and Leia. That's not me either. I'm choosing who I'm gonna be. I'm Rey Skywalker, right? I'm choosing my own path, my own destiny, and I'm rejecting the no one, the nobody Rey of Jakku, because I know that I don't come from Jakku. I was left there because my parents were trying to protect me, right? And I fully acknowledge them because they were rejected by Palpatine, by my grandfather. He killed them. They were nothing, right? Palpatine realized that his plan wasn't going to work. A clone host is not going to work, but if my clone has a child, has an offspring who's strong in the Force, whose body can contain my spirit, it's like Rey realized Ben was kind of right. I really am nobody. I really am nothing, right? Because my only purpose is to be possessed by this person, the most evil thing to date, at this point in the Star Wars timeline, right? I'm just a tool, right? Like, my only self-worth is my body, but not, me, just my body and what it can do, what it's able to do, its potential, right? So Kylo Ren was kind of right. You're nobody. You're not part of this grand plan. You're not part of the story. You yourself, your body, yeah. And Kylo Ren wanted that body too at some point. It is what it is. So the truth about Rey Skywalker's yellow lightsaber, it is the anti-saber, right? It is a rejection of who she thought she was and a rejection of who she really is, because who she really is rejected her. And it's her choosing her own path. And that's literally what is canon, right? It's the opposite of what she thought she was going to be, and what she feared she would be, right, or become, right? That's the explanation for why that kyber crystal produced a yellow lightsaber. And it was a quick thing she did. I need a lightsaber right now. Now, if you want to know, well, how did she get a kyber crystal? I don't know. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. Make sure to check out more videos from this channel, especially the one that YouTube has recommended for you. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you, always.